Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot and juicy video. And as always, I'm joined by the swollest hair consultant in Texas, Steve Cook.
Bobby.
Thanks for being my channel as always, Steve. You're always a great help to me and my channel, so I really appreciate it. And then also check out Steve's channel at Defeating Hair Loss. Great hair content and some new stuff coming out on his channel as well, so be sure to check that out. And when Steve's here, we always talk about hair, and it's kind of like another, real life story or stories for us, Steve. And, just kind of wanted to talk about, how hair loss, changed my life and how it changed your life. And I kind of wanted to dig deeper into that and, talk about my story for it and then yours. And, for me, I kind of talked about it maybe previous videos about in my mid-20s, I had an ex-girlfriend at the time, and she told me my hair was receding. I didn't think it was receding, and, she told me, and ever since then, I was looking in the mirror, had another friend who was, obviously going bald. So I think he was trying to just throw that upon me. Just, oh, you're losing your hair too. And then it just, progressively got worse. And then my late 20s got so bad, I reached out to you, Steve, and I ended up, we talked about, getting a hair transplant, which I did. And now I've had two. And then you kind of helped me get on the finasteride. And now I'm on finasteride and minoxidil / biotin. And I haven't looked back since. And for me, ever since that point, kind of, I really appreciate my hair, and I know you do too. And even now I'm checking out other people's hair, and I'm like, man, that guy's got some good hair. Or he's going bald, and it really does affect you. And at the time, when I had that issue, I was always looking in the mirror. I didn't feel like myself. I wasn't that confident guy as I should have been. And I know you can relate to that too, Steve.
Yes.
I remember you said you lost your hair at 18, which is crazy, and I know that had to be terrible. And so I kind of wanted to, you to share your story too, if that was cool with you.
So before that's interesting. So Bobby, before I do, so how do you feel now? You confident now?
Oh yeah,
confident.
I'm trying to be like you, Steve.
You're beyond that. So, I always say, one of my things is Superman has kryptonite. Mm-hmm. And if that's your kryptonite, then you fixed it, then you're on your way, baby. You just get up on that, fly above those buildings, right? You're good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, my story and the way I tell my story is always from a very innocent and young kind of lens or standpoint. It came at me so quickly that I just didn't even know what hit me. I was literally sitting in a junior college English class. I'll never forget this. Now, I was the quarterback of the high school football team, right? I really was the running back, but they needed a quarterback, so playing quarterback.
Just does it all.
And, we're pretty good. And my tight end was like 6'2", like 220. He's pretty good. He's a really nice guy. And he had that kind of like long, blonde, kind of waving hair, and, it was never an issue. It wasn't like, oh my God, your hair's so cool. It was just, everybody at that time just had hair, right? So I was sitting in the English class, and I keep in mind that, you graduate this is up in the north, so you graduate in like June, and then you go to your junior college in September. Mm-hmm. And from that time, I must have lost so much hair. So the first day of class, you're kind of looking around, you're out of high school now, you're in college, but it's a junior college. Mm-hmm. And you're happy to see some friendly faces, and he walks over, and instead of like, hey, how was your summer? He goes, I see you're losing your hair.
That's terrible.
I was I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, I was your quarterback. Like, I can't have hair loss. And it was just insane. And that like started it right there. I don't know. I obviously have a very obsessive compulsive personality. I attack things, and I am not a competitive person versus anyone else. I just want to achieve as much as I can achieve the right way, and through helping others, and kind of with, like in your case, Bobby. But it was very interesting because I was kind of living this life in those days of this athlete, and a tough guy. I was in the gym. I was even in some boxing, I took up boxing and all that stuff. And I guess from the surroundings in the Northeast, that these big guys I was hanging out with at the gym, I was a bouncer in a nightclub. Mm-hmm. I was kind of living this life and this image of someone that I actually was not. I was really not a tough guy. I was really not an ego guy, if that's what they call them. I was really kind of a nice guy, but you couldn't let anybody know that, because then you get picked on or you get laughed at. You had to be this
macho man,
Italian stallion, although I'm not Italian. And it was very interesting because thinking back on my hair loss journey, what losing my hair did to me was say, dude, that's not you. Like, and I kind of morphed into who I really was and who I am. And I'm not too high on myself, so it's uncomfortable for me to say this, but just a really nice person that just wants to be nice to everyone and help everybody, non-confrontational, not competitive, not looking to drive the fanciest car, not looking to make the most amount of money, not looking to take advantage of anybody in any way. And that's who I really was deep down, and it didn't come out until I was losing my hair and I became so absurdly insecure and upset and just, like wanted to jump off the George Washington Bridge, to be frank, that it turned me into someone that set a goal, having no idea how it was going to be done, that I was going to get my hair back somehow.
Look at you now, Steve.
Somehow. Well, I'm not you, but definitely I'm pretty happy. I think at some point my age caught up to my hair loss, and technology, great doctors. Dr. McGrath did my last hairline work. But I never forget that. And I never forget how upset I was. Yeah, there was the teasing at the parties in college. I played football when I went to a 4-year school. We were having fun, and I ran back a couple kicks for touchdowns. I was like kind of sort of the hero of the night. And then, my friend comes over with this like mop of hair. He looked like a gopher, and he's like, "Oh man," he goes, "You're amazing. Too bad, that hair's not amazing." And I just wanted to like crack a beer bottle.
Yeah, right.
So, I sometimes tend to be a little long-winded, Bobby, but it's very, very important to me to share with you, your viewers that watch your channel, that it really doesn't have to be hair loss. It could be something else in life. But don't ever give up. Try to keep accomplishing your goals, and along the way, kind of, gather around those and others, and, don't be afraid to share what you're trying to achieve. And believe it or not, the majority of people out there are very nice, very comforting, very, very, supportive. And, at work, whether it's family, whatever it may be, I'm always very passionate. And the Moses, other than me out there, somehow blessed me with finasteride. He blessed me at 38 years old. So I'd already lost hair for a long time. Really good hair transplant doctors. Luckily, now it's based on research, which is what Bobby is asking you to do in regards to your potential hair transplant. But I kind of got a little lucky, falling into the hands of the right doctors. And then, of course, I still had enough donor hair to do my research, make sure that I maximize that. And hey, here I am, and all I care about is helping people like you.
Yes, sir.
And like you. It's all I care about. It's really true. It's all I care about. I'm not looking in the mirror anymore about like, oh, who am I going to date and this and that. Those days are gone. I'm cool. But yeah, I still want my hair to look good.
Exactly. Same.
But I want your hair to look better. And I want your hair to look better, and it does. So thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate it. Steve, thanks for sharing your story. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people out there. So appreciate that. And guys, as always, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And also check out Steve's channel, Defeating Hair Loss. Great hair content there as well. So be sure to subscribe to his channel. And also, we both use Nizoral. And so I'll drop the link in the description box below where we get ours. And then we'll see you next time.